This is Jilliana Ranicar-Breese, I'm forgetting my name here, and this is part 6, talking to Sascha Cooper about dancing.
That's right. So we left it in the sense of branching out into different styles of dance from 16 upwards. And now this is where I really started performing professionally. These days, from the age of 16, I specialise now in traditional and Gothic belly dance, flamenco.
Gothic belly dance?
Gothic belly dance.
What is that, apart from looking a goth?
Oh, it's amazing.
So you don't look... It's not ballady or any of those.
No, well, you can use elements of ballady and everything in there, but it's really and truly a dance that focuses on the darker, animalistic and spontaneous side of life. And so you can fuse anything in there. You can fuse burlesque, you can fuse street dance, you can fuse tribal.
Wow, sounds fascinating.
You can do all sorts. I've got some video footage of me doing that, which I'll show you in a moment.
And what sort of clothes would you wear?
So you'd wear, I mean, even something like this, you'd probably wear an underbust, you'd wear a slight colour, or you might wear all black. I mean, if I hold out my sleeves, this is the sort of thing you might wear if you're doing a kind of themed burlesque sort of thing. You'd probably wear really big chokers and all that kind of stuff, you know, spikes or anything like that. You'd probably wear gloves, high heels every time, or bare feet, depending on how far you want to push it. So
let me interrupt you here. Where did burlesque start and when?
Now you've got a very interesting subject here.
That's right.
It started from Gypsy Rose Lee herself.
Who?
Gypsy Rose Lee.
Oh, yes.
In the 1920s.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, it was her who brought in the whole burlesque thing because it was all about stripping in that time.
That's
and
right.
she basically came onto the scene and she just went, oh no, I'm not taking every single element of clothes off. You can only, we need a bit of tease. That's what it is.
Bit of imagination.
Exactly. And she honed that style and it came to be known as burlesque. And people like Dita Von Teese do it now and all sorts of things. And nowadays, as well as doing the belly dance, flamenco, Bollywood, Bhangra, Charleston, 70s, 80s, etc., I'm training right now, hence the outfit, to be a burlesque performer under the guise of the wonderful Veronica Blacklace down here in Brighton.
Veronica Blacklace, not Linda Lovelace.
No, not Linda Lovelace, definitely not Lovelace.
Okay.
And it's been a fantastic experience because for that, you really do need as much background in terms of dance as possible because it's about being unique, it's about embracing your curves, any shape, any size, any height.
And it's empowerment.
Exactly.
Yes.
So when you get out there on stage, it becomes a completely different ball game because you're playing a character, but you're not. You're at the same time bearing your soul. And I mean, although I teach burlesque in a fun way to hen parties and same with the other styles.
But that's not serious.
It's not serious. No. When you're training for burlesque in reality...
Well, it's an art.
It is an art. And if you, and as Veronica, my tutor, will tell you, it is about literally having the stamina and the bravery to push your limits as a dancer as well as a performer. You bring your acting side into it. You do all sorts.
I have seen actually only one show. Which was at in Brighton. There was a sex fair.
Oh, yes.
About 3 years ago. Unfortunately, they never repeated it. But it was half kinky and half educational.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you
I've
go.
got to show you my videos.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, there's something.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that later. But that's the lovely thing about burlesque as well, because, again, like Gothic belly dance, you can incorporate things like the Gothic style. You can incorporate Bollywood, ballet. I've seen ballet burlesque done on point, and it's incredible.
And where do you go? Is it Carolina Brunswick or
no,
where?
No, I mean where I'm training.
Because that's a goth pub.
It is a goth pub, but where I'm training burlesque, I'm training.
Is it in Brighton?
It
or
is
London?
in Brighton,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm training at the Joker at the moment every Wednesday.
Never heard of it.
It's just done in Preston Park by by the fire station.
Yes, I know. Yes, the Joker.
That's
Have they
it.
got rooms upstairs?
Yeah. So
near me.
So I'm training up there, and also a lot of the showcases that I'm doing at the moment under Veronica's guise and guidance. We do quite a few showcases up there.
I'll have to come along and video it.
Well, the next one I'm doing, in fact, I'm going to be making my solo burlesque debut there.
When? What date?
On the 28th of July. In fact, in about a couple of weeks' time. Eek.
That's on a
That's
day?
on a Friday.
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 I shall be there.
Yeah, thank you. and the professional name I've chosen for myself for burlesque, Sassy-licious.
Who?
Sassy-licious.
Oh, that's very good.
Sassy-licious.
I actually interviewed, in fact it's on YouTube, a burlesque dancer, the first one I met, called Miss Popolina in Berlin.
Popolina, yes.
Do you know her?
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Yeah, she's in Berlin.
Oh, fantastic.
Lovely woman. She owns a vintage shop.
Yes.
Vintage clothes shop, which is how I met her.
Fantastic.
And I've looked her up, and she's known in Berlin. Yes, so you'll have to see the interview. It's up on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And actually, it's funny you mentioned vintage because, again, if you're doing traditional burlesque, vintage is normally the big thing that comes up with it. So you'll see a lot of 20s influences, 30s, 40s, 50s, the works. That's what I love about the world of dance now. There are no limits. You can create who you want, be who you want, and be your own
Madonna,
person.
remember the famous bra?
Indeed, that famous bra. Yeah, out here,
That's
the cones.
Right. That's right, the cones, yes.
She was my idol, that one.
Was that the 90s?
80s. Late 80s to 90s.
I do remember that, yes. Okay, I'm going to end here because obviously we're talking about burlesque, and we'll continue in part 7.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.